Tom Brady is one of the most successful QBs in NFL history and loves to spend money. Tom Brady is one of the highest paid players in the NFL. In the 2000 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots selected Brady with the 199th pick overall in the 6th round. Brady was not highly regarded coming out of the University of Michigan. Several NFL scouts went on record and said Brady's NFL combined performance was one of the worst they have seen. Tom Brady did not run fast, couldn't jump high, and did not have the arm talent that will make your eyes light up. Still, Tom Brady developed under Bill Belichick to be one of the best QBs in NFL history. Brady has the most Super Bowl wins and appearances ever. Over Brady's 18-year career, he has earned $197.2 million, which ranks third all-time behind Peyton and Eli Manning. Throughout his career, Brady has been notorious for giving the Patriots discount on his contract in order to stay competitive and allow New England to sign key free agents. For most couples, Brady would easily be the breadwinner in the relationship. Gisele Bündchen, Brady's wife, is one of the most successful supermodels in history with whopping net worth of $360 million. Tom Brady is not known as an athlete that splurges his money on materialistic things the way a Floyd Mayweather has done in his career. Although Brady is cheap in some regards, he does have his own vices that he likes to spend on, and that should come as no surprise. With that said, we'll look at 15 ridiculously expensive things that Tom Brady blows his money on. In 2014, Tom Brady and his better half Gisele Bündchen purchased an apartment room on the 47th floor of New York's One Madison condo building located in the Flatiron District. The room cost the couple $11.7 million, and they spent $40,000 a month just to rent it out. Money like that is basically loose chump change compared to the net worth of the Bradys, but they were able to lift the monetary burden of this pad when they decided to dump it for something better. They sold this spot in 2018 for $13.95 million. 13 sending flowers for his girl. Just when everybody thought that chivalry was dead, Tom Brady had to go and pull a gesture like this for his lover. Sometime last year, Gisele posted this photo to her IG page revealing that her beau had sent her an entire vase of flowers. Mind you, the vase is big enough that there had to have been enough flowers in there to plant a brand new garden. Stuff like this makes us guys want to step up our game for our lady friends. Not because we want to, but because if we don't, Tom Brady just makes us look bad by outshining boyfriends around the world with stuff like this. 12 soaring through the skies in private jets. Tom Brady is notorious for spending money on private jets to travel all around the world. Speaking of, we hear about Tom Brady kicking it on private jets so often that we would assume that if someone were to accumulate together the costs of all of these rides, Brady would have spent millions of dollars on private jet rides. 11 2004 Cadillac Escalade ESV. Most athletes have a tendency to treat themselves to something special after winning the last big game of the season, and usually, that special treat tends to be a car, because guys love their cars for some reason. We don't quite understand why. It's a guy thing, apparently. Tom Brady is no different, given that upon earning his second Super Bowl MVP following the Patriots' win over the Carolina Panthers, he believed that the treat he deserved was a 2004 Cadillac Escalade ESV, which at the time cost about $70,000 to own. 10 Audi S5 2010. Tom Brady has been vocal about his love for Audis, and about a decade ago, he had the Audi S5, a 2010 model. At the time, the car was $50,000, which isn't much compared to Brady's net worth, but he loved it as if it was any other million-dollar car. Unfortunately, he didn't have it long as he crashed the car on the way to practice when a guy in a minivan hit him after running a red light. Keeping a bright outlook as he so often does, Brady joked afterwards that he only crashed his 2010 car so I could get the 2011. 9. Starting his very own charity foundation. In 2005, Tom Brady decided to establish his own private charity foundation. He would call it the Change the World Foundation. Their first contributions would be just under $500,000, with $10,000 of those dollars coming from Brady's own pockets. Since then, his foundation has partnered up with the Best Buddies Charity Foundation, and Brady's organization in that time has helped raise $46 million to the Best Buddies. His charity has been known to be funded by other charitable organizations, which has stirred some controversy among critics. 8. A personal chef. A man of Tom Brady's elite status does not indulge in cuisine from any old local food mart. A man who's got money like Tom Brady doesn't even have to cook. Instead, he hires somebody else to cook his food. That somebody happens to be one Alan Campbell, who is hired by Brady to fix strictly organic meals for him and his whole family. And both flour and sugar are two ingredients that are banned from the Brady household. 7. Bugatti Veyron Super Sport. Tom Brady usually saves most of his money, and therefore doesn't have a reputation for spending huge loads of money unless it's on a house. However, his biggest and most notorious purchase came from when he bought himself a Bugatti Veyron Supersport. The Bugatti Veyron Supersport is as expensive as it is fast. As far as speed is concerned, this thing can hit the road at 60 miles per hour within 2.5 seconds max. And when it comes to the price tag, Brady spent $1.7 million to ride this bad boy around town. 6 UGG boots. We don't think anybody in the world loves UGG boots quite as much as Tom Brady does. In 2015, he tried to spread that love by buying a pair of UGGs for all 52 of his teammates. Taking his love for UGG boots a step further, Brady currently has an endorsement deal with UGG. Considering that he bought those UGGs for his teammates a whole year before he partnered up with UGG, we don't think Brady is going hard for UGG just for the money. He just has a legitimate love, or unhealthy obsession, with UGGs for men. 5 2015 Ferrari M458T. At $230,000, the Ferrari M458T is one of the most expensive cars that can be found in the US of it, and with good reason. This isn't just any all-fast car, and can be deadly in the wrong hands. This Ferrari can hit 60 miles per hour in only 3 seconds. A thing like that can't be left in the hands of any old schmuck. So it usually gets put in the hands of a rich schmuck like Tom Brady, who are part of a rare upper echelon. The select few people who have the strength, prowess, and of course, the big bucks to handle a bad boy like this. 4 2011 Land Range Rover. In the last few years, we have seen Tom Brady and his beloved partner stroll around town in this 2011 Land Range Rover. And if we're being honest, this whip doesn't look too shabby. Not too shabby one bit. Of course, when it costs at least $86K to buy one of these things, it needs to look in top shape. 3 Audi gifts for his entire O-line. In 2007, the New England Patriots became only the second ever football team in NFL history to finish the season with an undefeated 16-0 lead. Needless to say, Tom Brady was proud and grateful for all of the men on his team, particularly with his offensive linemen. To show his O-line just how much he loved and appreciated them, he gifted every single one of them with an Audi Q7 SUV. Brady's generous gifts cost him a price of $42,500 per teammate, to a one Madison apartment in New York City. In 2014, Tom Brady and his better half Gisele Bündchen purchased an apartment room on the 47th floor of New York's One Madison condo building located in the Flatiron District. The room cost the couple $11.7 million, and they spent $40,000 a month just to rent it out. 1 Rolls-Royce Ghost. Usually, when someone has kids, they opt to get a car that's safe, good on gas, and maybe drives a little slower, as opposed to revving up an ultra-fast death machine. Not Tom Brady. He went the opposite route. Of course, Tom Brady loves his kids, but that's not going to stop him from getting a fast car to ride them around in style. So he got the Rolls-Royce Ghost, which he bought for $355,600. Judging by some paparazzi pics we've seen of the family in the car, the kids love riding backseat in the Rolls-Royce.